Yeah, cut up that beat one time. Yeah,
Welcome to
'cause
Geek
that's
Plus
our vibe.
Magazine. This is your
Yeah,
girl,
this the
Brianna
move.
Jovahn with the What's Good podcast.
Yeah.
And thank you guys
Okay,
so much
I
for
just
tuning
wanna drop
into this interview with Cricket Anderson. How are you?
I'm delighted. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. All right, so we have Supermom, we have lyricist, and we're just going to speak about all of that today. So I definitely want to get into the motherhood of Cricket. You have 3 beautiful kids, and during the pandemic, what's been going on in the household?
Well, yes, we've been talking about safety first. Inside of our household is dedicating a lot of time to reading our studies, these workbooks that I have my daughters in every day for a certain amount of time. We're still kind of keeping the homeschool going even during summer.
That's good. Is there a reason for that, or is it just a natural thing for you guys?
Well, a little bit of both.
Okay.
You know, because we are trying to create a legacy of black excellence for our family.
Nice.
Through education. So, but my daughters are not graduating, but promoting to 4th grade, and with that comes a lot of rigor, math and reading and
That's
writing.
That's true. Okay. And with everything that's going on, other than the pandemic, we know there's a lot of protesting going around, police brutality. There's just a lot of things happening. What is that conversation like with your little ones?
Well, the conversation with us, with our family, is getting involved, getting out there, get out of the sidelines, other than just watching the news, seeing the problem happen and having those conversations with them, with bringing the textbooks and historic events of injustice and protesting, carrying that legacy on, I guess, for all of us in our culture to getting out in the streets and protesting along. We participated using our voice and exercising our voice with them at the George Floyd rally that we attend. We got out there also because my daughters are girls, you know, to also show our support and our love and teach them to and empower them to use their voices as well for in the name of Sandra Bland last week or so, or I would say the week before. And then also educating them also that to translate or transfer that voice of power through protesting, also through vote. So we also brought our kids with us voting as well.
So good. So with your twins, the 4th graders, how did they, feel talking to you about those experiences?
Well, the best way that I can, I guess, share is from their experience with being at the 2 totally different types of protests that we attend. The George Floyd rallies that we went to, where it was an environment of prayer and peace, different ministers, different ethnicities, different colors, right? We all coming together in a peace way, prayerfully. It was just prayer after prayer after prayer after prayer. My daughters and I, we got to experience other people other than us hurting and crying and praying together. That was powerful. I witnessed my daughters raise their hands during some of the prayer. We talked about how they would wish, I guess, the country could be like their school. And then, weeks or months later, we, like I said, just recently, we went to the Sandra Bland at 5th anniversary of getting out and speaking out against the injustice that she suffered. And the crowd now, it was a totally different atmosphere because we were angry. It was angry environment, and all educating them in all forms of protest. There's no right or no wrong. You know, as long as you're not being violent, you're not. It's the motive behind it. So they their ears, they heard it was a more of a radical environment, and I didn't shelter them from the pain. All it was is pain. Continuous pain, and so the 2 farms. From my daughter's experiences is they both come from a place of pain. One is crying out, through prayers, and one is speaking out.
Right.
So we talked about that. That would be their experiences.
I love it. And so with that being stated, you did release a song on Instagram. It was a freestyle that you did and you performed. Let's go ahead and talk about the background of it, like what made you create that, and let's talk a little bit about the lyrics as well.
Okay, well, initially, me just getting in front of a mic in 2020, that was a birthday wish, something that I hadn't done in a very long time. The goal of it was to see if I could still even put something together and record, right? Put lyrics together, right? I haven't done that since like 2012, so it started out as a birthday wish. I wanted a pair of sneakers and I wanted to record a song in 2020.
Nice.
It's just that my birthday was back in February. So I didn't get to record the song until July. The week of Independence Day. Yeah. Before July 4th. That was my chance. That was my slot that I had with my friend. Can I give her a shout out as well? Shout out to Natalie Strong. She too is a Dallas, phenomenalist. She's my like 90s artist. I had to give her some props. But she had available time to make that birthday wish come true, to actually record me. And I did have some material, some lyrics written down before. It was a reintroduction. That's why in the song it's like kind of like a reintroduction of me in the arts. And like I said, I recorded in July. Right. So that opportunity of me having that space, it wasn't all going to be about me. It was going to be about, my introduction back into music, but more so of highlighting the outcry, the social outcry of what's going on. Like, why am I going to be in front of a microphone and not use that time to express everything, the hurt and pain, the struggle, what's the wrongness, the injustice. And so that's how the song kind of came about, and I used it to tie in the systemic racism of my own personal story. My own story, and then carry over the lyrics over to the injustices of what it's like. I didn't speak his name at the moment, but when the lyrics about we're out for a run, they shoot and aim with their guns, that was portraying, that was showing the story of Ahmaud Arbery, which had happened in February. All the way to George Floyd and killing us in our homes. That is pertaining to stories like a Tatiana Jefferson, stories pertaining to Breonna Taylor's, while we're in our homes and we're asleep, or playing a video game, or Botham Jean, we're in our home, we're in our environment. And then again, like George Floyd killing us in the streets, on their knees. Those are some of the lyrics in the song. And when I had that opportunity to get in front of a microphone, that's what it was going to be about. It wasn't going to be just about nonsense. It was going to be more of a motive, a different drive.
I love it. Do you feel like that kind of motivated you to get back in the swing of writing again? A little bit? Just a little bit?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Alrighty, so with Geek Plus, we do have a game that's called This or That. So with the decades, let's speak about, as far as the this or that, your options. Either protesting back then with the Black Panthers or protesting now with the Black Lives Matter movement. Which one would you choose?
I would choose that, being the Black Panther movement, to see before it got demolished or unlawful or named terrorist group. I would choose the Black Panther movement because they were still showing how Black Lives Matter, and we were empowering ourselves. They established nutrition, after school, programs, and it was literally a community, just like any other, taking care of its own, providing opportunities within its own right, and also having the power during that time to speak up and speak out again.
That's true.
Anytime things were happening, and I don't know, it's just more economically and environmentally pronounced and profound during that time for society. Like, for us to uplift and take care of our own, take care of ourselves, not having to always be systemically dependent on the government to come through, or just, welfare. Those were the Black Panther movement and everything. Those were progressive, positive steps to help us move along and take care of ourselves.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Cricket, did you have anything else that you would like to add today? Tell the people.
Well, in my personal life, I am grateful for the opportunities to our allies, our friends who are reaching out and stepping out with us and standing up with us. I just feel like that I haven't seen maybe this amount of support coming from our allies, maybe since the 60s.
I agree.
And that was because the whole entire decade, you have 4 major pillars of hope and equality taken down, with Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Bobby Kennedy, JF Kennedy, and those times within that decade sent out messages to people of color and Caucasian, community of demolishing hope. And it just seems like, yes, in 2020, because they're, and even the recent years, there is more footage now. People can literally see the atrocities and tragic stories that we are actually experiencing through our phones, our technology. And so that outcry of support and love that the Freedom Riders had for us during John Lewis's times is coming back. People are speaking up and speaking out, and we need that energy. We need people to keep that going all the way through the polls. We are in my family, in my household, we are opening up, befriending the other communities, the other friends, particularly me right now, with me being a stay-home mom. A lot of my social time, I guess, would be the time that I spend in with my daughter's school that they attend, and I am supportive of parents and our allies who reached out to me, either through social media or calling or texting me in support of where they stand. And we're learning, mostly me, all of us though, we're learning how to do life together.
I love it. Alrighty, well, tell them, how can they keep up with you as far as your handler, social media, things of that nature?
Well, on our Instagram page is our account. Our name is Andersons, with plural with the S on the end. So Andersons, How We Family. Me on Facebook is Cricket Brave Soul Anderson. We not big time, anything like that, but that's where you can find us.
I would say definitely watch the video though, because I don't know, I was inspired. I was like, okay, had a little bounce. The lyrics was amazing, so make sure you guys definitely check out Cricket. Other than that, we just want to thank you all so much for tuning in to another interview of Geek Plus Magazine. 10th issue is coming your way. As you guys know, we think forward and innovate life. Thank you so much, Cricket. And
thank
you.
You.
Have a great one.
Trajectory, and now all you see is how I post my family. I'm forever surrounded in good company. I'm ground shaking them curses, the ground break a new surface.